Hello, everybody. Dominomial here, and what am I doing? Okay, so this is a really weird kind of video that I'm doing. It's not gameplay, and it's not really meant to be taken seriously, but it's just been something that I've been wanting to do to kind of stretch my creative muscles, you could say. Because, well, right now I'm currently in break for college, and I have nothing to do, so might as well do this. So, what I'm doing right now is improvised writing. So, yeah, improvised creative writing. But not just like any old like train of thought kind of writing. I'm making an improvised story, and how that's going to work is that here I have a list of genres. So I have fantasy, sci-fi, children's show, rom-com, horror, mystery, sitcom, mockumentary, etc., etc. And I have a list of characters. I'm not going to go through all the characters because it would be better if I save them for later. I mean, you already got to saw some of them anyway. But basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with a random genre, and then every time I introduce a new character in the story, which there's not really any rules for like how frequently I add characters, but I am going to try and add as many characters as I can that make sense. Every time I add a character in the story, I have to roll the wheel, or spin the wheel, to determine who it is. So basically, I'm working with randomly given genres and randomly given characters to create some kind of cohesive story. As far as genres go, I've decided that every 10 minutes... Hold on, I didn't pull up a timer, so I'll do that in the background. Yeah, so every 10 minutes... let's go with 10 for now, and then we can switch later to 15 or something if that's too short. Every 10 minutes, I'm going to re-roll the genre, and then do a hard switch from one genre to another. So like I could be doing a horror genre right now, and then I would all of a sudden switch to fantasy, or some shit like that. Oh shoot, maybe I shouldn't have sworn. Whatever, who cares? Nobody's watching this video anyway. But, yeah, so that's how it works. I guess the rules are too over-explained for me in this intro. There is one other small caveat. I do need a character at the beginning of the story, like a protagonist. But I'm not going to roll for the character, because depending on what character I get, it could just be absolutely terrible or boring. Like if I got Link as the main protagonist, he literally can't say anything, so I would be working with the mute, which, okay, I could work with, but like you kind of get the point. Some characters are more difficult to work with than others, and I just kind of want a blank slate character. One with personality, per se, but not one that's really a reference to anything, if you know what I mean. So, that's what I'm going to do. So, now that I've got all this talking out of the way, oh right, one last thing. I think I'm going to do maybe 5 rotations before I end the story. Okay, I have a max of 5 rotations for the whole story, but if I can end it before then, I'll probably take the opportunity if it makes sense. I don't know, we'll figure it out as we go, or I'll figure it out along as I go, but yes. So those are the rules. I'll probably put them in the description. So, I'm not gonna hold you up any longer. Let's get this thing started. So, let me start my music that I'm gonna have in the background. I'll edit it in. I'll edit in music later. I just need background music to listen to. Turn that music down, please. It's distracting. Okay. So let's decide genre. A parody? Parody? Do I add a reroll rule? A parody of what exactly? Fine, I'll roll to determine what the parody is. No, I don't want a parody of a parody. I want a parody of something. Give me a parody. An isekai parody. Okay, let's fucking do it. Isekai parody. Okay, this is actually slightly an uncomfortable setup that I have going on here. My hands are also sweaty, which isn't fun. So let's get this timer started. Okay. I'm going to do a little... Yeah, no. Our story starts with a teenager. About 15 years old. No, not teenager. With a young adult. About 22 years old. Unemployed. Living in his parents' basement. Actually, let me double space this stuff. One night, he has spent way too much time on one game of Stellaris against his online friend. Information not disclosed. Well, no, let's roll to determine who this online friend is. Who's his online friend? Arnold Schwarzenegger. Okay. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Okay, and then I'm going to do a perspective shift. Come on! I can't do an Arnold Schwarzenegger voice. I destroyed your starships. Never actually played Stellaris or some shit, I don't know. Come back again later. Neri. Yeah, that's what his name will be. Short for narrator. Arnold screamed at the top of his lungs. With his Mountain Dew and Gamer energy drink. Sonic branded. Neri felt depressed. He spent the past 15 hours building up his space colony and enslaving aliens to create a communist nation that would destroy Arnold. Unfortunately, his plan fell through. So, Neri decided to take a walk outside for the first time this month. Honestly, it was a horrifying sight to see. He didn't shave in 3 years, and he had a beard that even Jesus would be proud of. He went to the local bar and drank a whole lot of alcohol. What kind? I don't know. You can think of that on your own. Not very descriptive. I'm not. Just one more. That's the voice I'm giving him. Okay. Just one more. Neri yelled angrily at the bartender, who just looked disappointed. He hated his job. I mean, really, how many guys like that do you think he has to deal with every day? The bartender begrudgingly gave him one more alcoholic cola. But this time, it was spiked with even more alcohol. In fact, it was 78% alcohol. Just straight up karma tree. Neri unknowingly drank the spiked cola, and it was the last cola he ever drank. He died. Gasp. You know what? I probably should have rolled for the bartender. Who's the bartender? The bartender is Tifa Longheart. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. I guess after raiding tombs, she needed some kind of retirement funds or something. Okay. He died. Whoa! Okay, let's just skip to the isekai part, because this is taking a little while. Okay. Okay. What kind of world am I in? What's the time? You know what? I still have 2.5 minutes left. So I'm going to stall for 2.5 minutes while I wait for the genre timer to come up and determine the next setting. Sorry I'm a slow typer, but whatever. I need to think. Neri woke up in a dark place. Good sentence there, Dom. He investigated his surroundings to see that, yes, it was indeed dark. Just like his heart. Nothing in sight except for a table in the distance made out of shimmering crystals with a ruby chandelier, a glistening ruby chandelier above it. There was somebody sitting there. Somebody suspicious who was sitting there. Princess Peach. Yes, she is pretty suspicious. A pink princess was sitting there, all happy, almost enjoying herself. That was a little bit redundant, but who fucking cares? She was humming a tune to herself and stopped as she realized she had a guest. Neri slowly walked up to her and sat down at the other end of the table. Okay. Timer's up. But I am going to get to the part where he gets revived, and then I'll re-roll the genre. Who are you? Who are you? Yeah. Every sentence Neri says is going to be ending with an exclamation mark, question mark, or exclamation mark at least. Neri interrogated the suspicious pink-clad princess individual. I'm not gonna have Peach go into a whole monologue. Then suddenly... No. I still gotta at least put some effort into it. I can't just whisk him away off into... You know what? I'm putting way more effort into this and getting him into another realm than other isekais do, so I think I can probably get away with bullshitting it a little bit. The pink individual, the god of whatever realm awaited Neri, smiled and snapped her fingers. Bye-bye! She gleefully, exclaimed as she already snapped her fingers. Neri was then grabbed by hundreds of hands on the ground and pulled away from the table with no destination in sight. Okay, what kind of genre are we working with? So this is an isekai. Okay, whatever. This is an isekai. No, I'm not gonna let you do isekai again. No, not parody again. Fuck you. This is an isekai drama. Okay. Drama. Okay. Scene 2. Drama. But what's the setting? I want to know the setting. I'm going to slightly break the rules here and look up a random setting generator. Uh... Like... Huh. Okay, fine. You know what? I was gonna look up a more descriptive setting generator. Um, but I looked up setting generator, and the first thing it said was, "You're in a forest." Okay, you're in a forest. Thanks, setting generator. I guess I'll go from there. Because that's the whole point of improv. No, I'm looking for the timer. Neri woke up to a piercing headache and came to his senses. His vision gradually cleared up as he saw a lot of green and brown. It seemed he was in a forest of some kind. This was a much bigger forest than what you would normally see on Earth. The trees averaged over 500 meters tall. Probably, anyway. The trees were so tall that you couldn't see the top of them. All the leaves that Neri could see were from oversized branches. And looking at the ground around him, he saw other giant plants too. Mushrooms that were taller than him. Walnuts the size of basketballs. And giant no. End sentence. Okay. Neri was going to investigate the surroundings around him to investigate more about these suspicious flora. But a rustling of leaves in a nearby giant bush caught his attention. Okay, this is where we spin for character. Palutena. Okay. Let's figure this out. Okay. What's Palatena's personality like again? From Uprising? She's very sly and quick-witted. She's also very sassy. I don't know, it's been a while since I played the game. It's hard to nail down Palatena's writing. From memory, anyway. Okay, I just need to fucking write. A few long seconds pass by before Neri was able to make out some darker leaves from the rest. What was up with these mist-colored leaves? On the bush. Come on. Come on. Can I really not type today? He grabbed them, but realized they were attached to something else. A person, in fact. Huh. This was, in fact, the dark green hair of a strange woman. With... I don't remember how Palutena looks like. Okay, with a staff and a very shiny shield. Why am I using for smashing beards? Whatever. What business do you have disturbing the goddess of light? You're not working for Hades. Are you? The woman looked confused. Rightfully so. What? 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 Hades? Where am I in the first place? Did I just get isekai'd? Isekais are my favorite animes. Neri replied, clearly not assessing the situation properly. Isekais? Oh, you mean that stupid genre of anime that's super popular nowadays. I know Pitt loves to watch isekais. Maybe you should ask him about it and not disturb me when I'm looking for Pandoria in this, Forest of Illusion. Very cliche, but, yes. Forest of Illusion? Neri asked. The Goddess of Light just waved him away. Shoo! She said. And, Neri was teleported elsewhere. This is a very dumb story. Okay, time is up. Please, give me a good one. Give me a good prompt. Okay, so I have some kind of thing going on with Palutena. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Let's see where this goes. So roll for genre. I definitely need to add more genres. Slice of life. Ooh. And I'm going to add another character while I'm at it, because I want as many character interactions as possible. So slice of life. So isekai slice of life drama. You know what? I didn't really do any drama stuff. I just completely ignored that one. Whatever, we'll just let that one slide. Who's the new character? Huh. Okay. Okay. Give me a few seconds to think about this. So, slice of life plus Mario. Okay. I don't want to overthink this. Oh, right. I need to activate the timer. Okay. The Goddess of Light teleported Neri just after he wound up waking in that strange forest. Now, he woke up in a bed with a with a short Italian man next to him. Oh god. What a way to wake up. He had a very large nose and a red hat and overalls. He seemed like some kind of mascot character. But Neri has been a recluse for the past 45 years. Well, he's young, so for the past 20 years. And he isn't really all that caught up with pop culture. The Italian woke up and screamed, "Mamma mia!" The small man screamed. No, I don't need. That's redundant. Neri jumped up from the bed and tried to run away. But before he could get a chance to escape, the man pulled out some kind of backpack water pump and blasted him with high pressure boiling water, permanently scarring his face, but that doesn't matter right now. The water pump, as all water pumps do, ran out of water. The Mario, I'm just gonna call him by name, seemed to unleash all of his water on Neri. Neri was sad. Neri started rambling on and on about how shit his life is. First, he lost a game of Stellaris against Arnold Schwarzenegger. And then he got teleported away by both a pink princess god and a goddess of light. And now, a screaming Italian stereotype just permanently ruined his face. The red man was taken aback. It seems he made a mistake in judgment. Neri wasn't a hairy Goomba. He was a person. What the heck is this? Boppity boopity. The red man gestured his hand towards Neri, in offering to help him get up. For some reason, Neri could understand exactly what this guy was trying to say to him. He wanted to apologize to Neri for all of his sins and wrongdoings. And he even wanted to make it up to him. He would take him out to lunch at the nearest spaghetti place. Finally, things were starting to look up for Neri. He wanted spaghetti. The man continued on talking in random, understandable gibberish. And he mentioned that he wanted to bring his brother along to get spaghetti with the two of them. Who's his brother? Who's Mario's brother? Minecraft Steve. Okay. Okay. Come on, come on. Mario, I lost my rhythm because I rolled for character. Okay. Mario looked back up at the bed, and there was another bed nearby with green blankets. Who could Mario's brother be? Neri curiously looked, but didn't expect what he saw. He saw a 6-foot tall cube man who literally couldn't say anything. He's a mute. Huh. Yet, he could still understand what this man was. No. Come on, timer. I'm going to add another 5 minutes. I think 15 minutes is probably a better point, because I'm actually starting to get somewhere with this. The giant cube boy, trotted up to both of them, menacingly staring at them, as if wanting to say something, but unable to. Mario seemed unconcerned about this, and grabbed both of their hands and walked out of the house. Seeing the house on the outside, they lived in a condo, but that's not really important. Off to spaghetti. Okay. Okay. Let's build a world here. Let's, like, actually build a world here. Because Slice of Life is a good opportunity to world build. Neri and Company, walked side by side down a brick road. Okay, music, why did you stop? You know, I forgot to tab all of these paragraphs, so I'll start doing that. Neri and Co. walked side by side down a brick road that led to an impressive looking city. Not a modern city. Like, not a modern city. But not exactly medieval either. It was some kind of in-between. A city that had modern elements, but architecturally looked like something from, Skyrim. I don't know. Not Skyrim. I don't know. I'm very bad at describing things, can't you tell? Yeah, sure. We'll just say that they're in Skyrim. They're in, yeah, they're in the Skyrim world. Looming over the whole village was a giant Capitol building. Made out of obsidian. It looked ominous enough. And Mario started blabbing about how the city worked. The Capitol building was ruled by a monarch that goes by... Who is the monarch? That goes by Knuckles the Echidna. This Knuckles character is a tyrant ruling over... No, timer, shut up. Yeah, let's add another 5 minutes, because I'm actually getting kind of invested in this stupid shit. This Knuckles character is a tyrant, ruling over all of these citizens. Forcing high taxes on them. And stealing their income. That's basically the same thing, but whatever. He ruled everybody with an iron fist. That's why they call him Knuckles. Essentially, it was a good idea to stay away from the capital. Knuckles had security cameras all over the place. And if you chuckled, he would fuckle you upple. This is the dumbest shit I've written. He would fuckle you upple. I need to take a drink. What's perfect is that I have the Chrono Trigger OST playing in the background on my end, and the Lavos theme came up the moment I started writing about Knuckles. So the music is self-aware, at least. And if you chuckle, he would fuckle you upple. The spaghetti place was nearby the Mario condo. Steve, Mario, and Neri walked up to a very hole-in-the-wall looking place. But apparently, their spaghetti was god tier. Noodles, the sign on the building said. It wasn't a very interesting name, but he did get some alcohol from... at a place called Liquor before, so his standards weren't really that high. That's not how you spell liquor, but whatever. We'll keep it. Liquor. That's why the place wasn't that good. It was misspelled. If you misspell your own product, then you know that you're not doing it right. Liquor. Let's fix this grammar issue. I'm gonna keep the liquor. Okay. Yeah, now is the time to actually switch genres. And let's do 15 minutes this time. So, we have a plot going on here. Neri got isekai'd into Skyrim. He met Princess Peach and Palutena. They'll probably have something to do later in the plot. And now, he's with Mario and Minecraft Steve to eat spaghetti. And he knows about a tyrannical ruler living in an obsidian castle named Knuckles the Echidna. And they're eating at Noodles. Okay. Okay. Scene 4. Genre. No, not isekai again. Not drama. Nah, space opera doesn't really work. Not slice of life, I already did that. Mystery. 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 Okay, I've done something. Let's take a sip of water. Mystery. Let's do this. Shall we? Scene 4. Mystery. Okay. Give me like 20 seconds to stretch and mentally regroup myself, because improv writing is difficult. It's a lot more difficult than I thought it would be. And I'll start the timer. Okay. I am starting the timer in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Neri and Co. entered the rundown noodles restaurant and sat down at a table. The table had some mysterious dried up substances on it. A red substance that could be ketchup, but looked too brown. It looked more similar to blood. Or maybe even bloody shit. Neri didn't think too much about it. So, he ordered some, DAC, Siete, cheese, spaghetti. Huh. 17 different types of cheeses. It's weird how they use Spanish words, though. Wasn't this place Italian? Whatever. Who knows? Neri had a long day. A long day so far, and his whole face was still permanently scarred. Steve ordered some breadsticks, and Mario ordered mushroom pasta. The waiter who's the waiter? Flex tape guy. Okay, flex tape guy. I didn't know you wanted to be in this. The waiter, who was just a middle-aged dude, was just a middle-aged guy, with an apron, was a little bit too enthusiastic. He brought up plate. It took about 5 tries for the waiter to actually give them their food. In the previous 4 attempts, the waiter brought up their food, but then smashed the plates against the floor, shattering them and spilling all their food in the process. The food was dirty, but the waiter kept on trying to sell them on an unrelated product. Some kind of tape? It was just duct tape. But he kept on going on about how he broke all these plates and put them back together with Lex tape. As if you can eat spaghetti with plate shards in your mouth. After they all finished their meals, a yell from the kitchen happened, for lack of a better word. I can't think of any. Okay, I still have 8 minutes, so I can get to the mystery part. Who's the character? Who's the character? Who's the character? Who's the character? Donkey Kong. Okay. Okay. In the back, there was a giant ape who was surprisingly classy. He was wearing a tie. That's a lot more polite than most apes. Anyway, this ape started grunting and groaning, and everybody got curious. About this ape. He was wearing a tie and a chef's hat. Huh, so yeah, he's making the food. Anyway, the ape started grunting and groaning, and everybody got curious about this ape. Nary couldn't understand him. Unlike how he could with Mario. But the waiter was able to translate. He says, all the noodles are gone. The ape, the waiter and ape pointed towards the pots where there would be noodles. But as the waiter just said, they're all gone. Gasp! Everybody was shocked. There's a culprit. A noodle culprit among them. Who did it? Who ate all the noodles? It certainly wasn't Neri. He knew that he didn't eat the noodles. Unless he sleptwalk? Sleepwalked? He did have a tendency to do that. And he did take a small nap while Steve was digging a hole in the wall with the breadsticks. But he didn't eat the noodles. That much he was sure of. Oh shit, I bumped the mic. Okay. Mario did eat the pasta, but he could have eaten the extra noodles since Steve was preoccupied with digging a hole in the wall. It could also be the waiter, though. He seemed like a particularly ravenous guy. I mean, where does all that energy come from in the first place? He's burning a lot of energy, and he needs the carbs to keep that sponsorship energy going. I mean, how else would you get the energy to advertise tape 24/7? Okay. My hands are getting a little bit tired. Still have a minute and a half. It was you! It was you! Neri pointed at the waiter. He had to be the culprit. The waiter just held up their hands in defense, trying to come up with a good excuse. It wasn't me. I was advertising. Flex? No, I gotta italicize that. Flex tape to the other customers. He pointed to two other individuals in the restaurant. Okay. That's just perfect. The timer just went off. Okay. Scene 5. Okay, what genre, first of all? Or do I want to keep the genre? Because I'm on a roll, kind of. Whatever, let's just roll. No. Well, actually, no. I can get the same genre twice in a row. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. Not isekai, though. Rom. Okay. I'm thinking. No. Romantic comedy. Maybe slight mystery. I'm probably going to carry that over a little bit from the last one, just to provide some context. Now, who are the two characters going to be? No, not Tifa. Tifa can't appear again. Sephiroth? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Sephiroth in a rom-com? Okay. Who's the second character? Not Palutena again. Not Mario again. Please, this wheel is fucking rigged. Sephiroth and Bayonetta. Give me a few seconds. I need to think about this, because I'm adding a new genre. Or I'm switching genres, rather. And I'm adding Sephiroth and Bayonetta to a noodles restaurant. Okay. Okay. Sephiroth Bayonetta rom-com. Sephiroth Bayonetta rom-com. Sephiroth Bayonetta rom-com. Those three things just don't mix. Fuck it, I'm gonna have to write anyway. Okay. Start the timer, let's just get this over with. Okay. Neri glanced over at the customers that the waiter pointed at. One of them was some kind of very tall lady. What was she doing here? She looked very out of place. But even more out of place was the guy sitting at the table at a nearby table. Long white hair, shirtless, muscular, and had a surprisingly long sword. Who was that man? And also, why was Steve blushing? Steve shift walked over to the long-haired, eloquent looking man. With a stake in his hand. Where he got that snake? That stake? Nobody knew. Mario and Neri exchanged looks and didn't know what to think. How was a mute going to communicate with a pretty boy like him? It just didn't seem possible. No, it was impossible. There isn't any ifs or any actual chances of Steve getting hooked up with this long-haired silver sword fellow. Okay. But, you know what? Steve was Steve is a friend. If he wants to get with that guy, he needs a wingman. The lady at the other table saw Steve slowly approaching the man, stake in hand. And realized what was going on. She and Steve didn't know each other, but she intercepted Steve and the strange fellow. This isn't very rom-com-esque. This is more just... Well, no, I guess it is comedic. Or maybe, I don't know, comedy's subjective. How do I make this funny? Well, how do I make this funny and not cringy? I didn't think I'd be writing a fanfiction today. Is this video even gonna be uploaded? Okay. Well, the ominous music from Chrono Trigger has something to say about that. Okay. She and Steve didn't know each other, but she intercepted Steve, from reaching the strange individual. I had an idea briefly what Bayonetta could do, but it wouldn't be in character, so... Shit. Shit, I'm experiencing a block. Fuck. Okay, in times like these, reroll genre. Reroll genre. Reroll genre. Whatever, I'm just gonna give it a good roll. You know what? I'm going to do a cop-out because I just wanted to give this an idea a shot. To be continued. Yep. That's the end. I wrote myself into a corner. And I need more than just, like, a minute to write myself out of this. If I continue this one. I don't think I will. So... yeah, no, this is terrible. But hey, it's interesting. It's just to give me some ideas for brainstorming or creativity in general. So, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.